We're very excited to add John to the Atlanta Hawks. He's a guy that we had pegged higher up in the draft boards than the 19th spot, so we love his athleticism. We love his ability to score, his rebounding, has athleticism. So we're looking forward to getting him down here.
So a surprise that he was there for you guys?
For us, yeah, we thought he'd go a little bit higher for sure.
Any reason he didn't work out ahead of time?
You know, the whole process with the agents sending guys, they have to pick where they think the best slot for their guys to go and the shorter time period they have. So, you know, his agents sent him to places higher than us. But he's a kid that we saw him scouting him a lot. We send guys to the pro day out in LA. I saw him play 3 times this year and probably 4 or 5 times last year. So we're comfortable with him.
Have you had a chance to talk to him yet?
I have not. I texted with his agent. As soon as he goes through the whole media thing in New York, then we'll chat with him.
Was how much of that? I know you said best player available, but obviously it's a need. It could be a need.
No, listen. Our philosophy is going to be best player available. Like I said, we had him ranked in the top 15. He was on the board. We went with him.
When did you start to realize that he might be there for you?
When we got to pick about 14, 15, you know, that's when we say, all right, we got 4 or 5 picks to go. Then we'll take our top group. He was at the top of that list. Some of the other guys we had lower, like I said, went, and we realized probably pick 16 we were going to get him.
Was there ever a point where you were considering moving up or down?
We did have some conversations about trying to move up. We had one player that we targeted that we really wanted to move up for. We were unable to do so, but other than that, that was really about it.
What about his game will translate well to Coach Bud's system?
I think first of all his athleticism, his ability to run the floor. He's a great rebounder, which obviously, as we know, we've struggled a little bit in the past here. And he can score in the post, so it gives us another option inside.
What about defensively? Where do you put him?
That was kind of the knock on him in Wake Forest.
Right.
But a lot of times, especially in college, when you're the main focal point, you'll see the best offensive player doesn't want to get in foul trouble so he can stay on the floor. And we actually interviewed him in Chicago, or the Hawks did in Chicago, and you know that's what he said. Coach Manning said, "Don't get in foul trouble. I can't afford to have you off the court." So,
right.
Listen, we're excited to have him. We think he's got a bright future here in Atlanta.
Is there a difference not being a sophomore guy instead of a one-and-done guy?
Yeah, obviously last year you saw his athleticism and then the big jump that he's made from his freshman year to his sophomore year, obviously being the most improved player in the ACC. You see the growth he's made, and you know he's still a 19-year-old kid, so there's still a lot of room to grow.
What are some areas you'd like to see him improve on?
I think one of the first things we're going to work on with him is a jump shot. You know, as you guys watched him play in college, all his scoring came in the post, and he's got a good post game. We just need to extend his range out, especially the way we play and the way the league's going.
What separated John from some of the other guys that were still left remaining on the board?
Well, like I said, through the whole week we had guys ranked, and he was the highest guy there. And again, it's just his athleticism, his ability to score, to run the floor, those kind of things is why we had him ranked so high.
You said the team had interviewed him in Chicago, but you.
No, I was not here yet. No.
So did you basically rely on what they said about?
Yeah, I have a lot of faith in the group that was here before I got here, and they've been a huge asset to me coming in here in the middle of this process, and I have a lot of faith in our group.
Did they say anything about kind of what kind of guy he is? Or
great kid. You know, his father was in the Navy. I believe his mother was in the Air Force, so you know he's got a very strong family background.
How involved has Coach Bud been in this pick and this draft process with you?
As I've stated the whole along, you know, I view Coach Bud and I's relationship as a partnership. So it doesn't do us any good to take a guy that you know he doesn't like. So he's got a voice in it for sure.
Was there any thought? You said there was a player to move up, but was there any thought of moving down?
We had a couple options on the board to move back, but once we saw that John was going to be there, we didn't entertain any of those.
Thank you, Travis.
Yep. I hope to see you guys all here at 60. No?